Okay. So 7v squared minus 448. All right, so we're in section 5.6 now. It's entitled a general strategy, which means it's just mixing them all together. So you guys have seen all the factoring techniques now. You've seen them all. Now this section is almost like a practice exam section. It's just a review, kind of mixing them all together. This is just help in mixing all the factoring techniques together. So try that one. So let's put together our big game plan. What's the first step in every factoring problem? GCF, right? Is there a GCF? Yeah, so C, now that 7 might be the GCF, right? To figure out whether it is or not, try dividing 448 by 7. See if 7 goes into that 448. Does that go in? And the answer is yes, right? When you divide with your calculator? 64. Yeah. So then you go, okay, 7 goes in the front, right? So do one parenthesis, right? GCF step is always one parenthesis before you go on and do the 2 on the second step, right? So just do the one parenthesis. What'd you say is 36?
That's 64.
Oh, 64. 64. Everybody good to there? See how we take out the 7 on the first step? Let's take out that 7. Right? That good? Take out that 7. And then where do we go from there? Yeah, this is an FL now, huh? 2 terms, FL. 2 parentheses, V times V, 8 times 8 is 64. 1 positive, 1 negative. Positive 8 times negative 8 to make negative 64. And we're done. Right there, we're done. Is that good on that? So it's really nothing new. We're just making sure we can handle GCF and 2 terms as FL. No questions? It's been a while since we've done any 4-termers. So let's do a 4-termer. So b to the 3rd minus 36b squared minus 4b plus 144. First off, is there a GCF? It's always the first question, right? Is there something in common to all 4 terms? Is there something that goes into all 4 terms? No, they don't all have a B, right? The last one doesn't have a B. Right? There's not a number they all have. The front one doesn't have any number at all. So no GCF. So what does that mean? That means don't do the 1 parenthesis step. Go right into the 2. Now, yesterday we covered these 4-termers. Right? How do we do 4-termers? Remember what we do? 2-2 split. Right? Remember 4-termers? 2-2 split. Do just the first 2. Just the first 2. Pretend they're the whole problem. What do just the first 2 have in common? Take the lower power out, right? This is B3, this is B2. Which one do you take out? B2. Remember, you take the lower power. Take out a B2. Good. And then you go boom, boom. What'll work? B2 times B, and B2 times 36. Good so far? Is that good? Now, a minus sign in the middle comes down. Now, oh, here's the other thing. Remember when you do the 2-2 split? Whatever you get in the parentheses here is going to be the same thing there. Remember how those always match? Just copy it down, automatic. Automatic. When you're doing the 2-2 split, whatever you get in the first parenthesis is identical copy to the next. Now all you got to do is figure out what number goes in the front here. What number do you think goes in the front? What times b is going to be 4b? Well, 4, negative 4, right? Right? You can double check if you want. I bet you negative 4 times negative 36 is positive 144. It is. Do you see how that was easy for me to figure out? Because once I did the first parenthesis in a 2-2, remember that from yesterday? Remember we were doing the 4-termers yesterday? When you do 4 terms and you do the 2-2 split, whatever you get in the parentheses for the first two is the same as the parentheses for the back two. So just go ahead and copy it right away, and then just figure out the front number real easy. And we're not done there. Why am I not done there? Why can't I say I'm done, stop here, this one's over, that was a good problem? Yeah, right here, going, there's my horse noise. It's a loose horse. It's running free, right? Got to corral that thing. You're never leaving minuses and pluses running free. So we gotta corral that thing. And not only does that tell you you're not done, it tells you how to look at it. There's this term and this term. What do they both have in common? Yeah, the parenthesis, b minus 36. Remember how that works? You remove it. Remember this? Start a new set of parentheses, bring down the left. Remember this from yesterday? Remember that? When you have the matching parentheses, you cross it off, put one of them in the front. That one could distribute back to both, couldn't it? And you cross it off, bring down the b squared and the minus 4. Is that good? Remember that yesterday? We did these yesterday? We're doing good. Now, normally at this point I'd say, hey, I'm done. All the horses are contained, done. Except I'm playing baseball. I'm not going to give him a look. He's just regular B. But I'm going to give him a look. Give him a look. He's a higher power. Now we know a little bit more than we knew yesterday. This is a higher power. When you see a higher power, what are you supposed to do? Give him a look. See if he'll break down. Will he break down? Yeah, there's a little FL now. That's something we didn't have yesterday. So the b minus 36, that just comes down, no change at all. But the b squared minus 4, that's b plus 2, b minus 2. Now we're done. Does that make sense? How do we know we're done? These are all just regular B, first power. Don't even give them a look. They're done. Is that okay? Questions on that? No questions? All right, I'm going to keep moving then. Let's see. So, 30 u to the third plus 145 u to the second minus 210 u. Okay. GCF, first question, GCF, is there something in common? Yeah, for sure, 5. Looks like 5 goes into all those because they all end with zeros. And 5 is the stuff. Yeah, so 5 for sure goes into all those. And maybe even, and they all got a U, right? So 5U. So that's the GCF. Which means one big parenthesis, right? Y'all with me? When you do GCF, you got to do the one big parenthesis first before you go on to the two parentheses. So put the 5U in the front. Go on from there. What goes on the inside is whatever works, right? Figure out what goes on the inside there. Five u times what? 6u squared. 5u times, I don't know, 29.
Yeah, 29.
U. And this one would be, was it 42? 42? Yeah. Good to there? Right, that was the GCF. Now, right, did I do that right? What's that? Reorder them? I didn't reorder them. What do you mean? Oh, if they were out of order. Yeah, for three terms, if they're out of order, you want highest power to lowest, but it already does have highest power to lowest. U squared, U, no U. Perfect. Yeah, if it was mixed up in any way, I would for three termers, yeah, I reorder if necessary. So what I should have said, for three termers, you want highest power to lowest. For two termers, you just want negative in the middle. So anyway, so now it's a three-termer. So now what do we do for three terms? FOIL. So now focus on FOIL here, right? The 5u in the front will stay there. That'll be part of the final answer. But now we got to focus on the front. Let me move this up a little bit. Right, so now see if you can do the rest of the FOIL. So it's going to be 3u, 2u, isn't it? To make 6u, to make 6u squared. You guys with me? Front times front to make front. 3u times 2u to make 6u squared. Is that good? For 6u squared. And then what's going to make 42? What times what makes 42? 6 times 7, yeah. But where would I put the 6? Could I put the 6 here and the 7 over there? Could these guys be together in the same parenthesis? No way. They have 3 in common. Remember, you're never going to have two numbers in the same parenthesis that have anything in common, because we already got all the commonness out on step 1. So 6 and 7 can't be in that order. So what if I switch them? Can the 7 be here and the 6 be there? Can these two be together, the 2 and the 6? No. So look at that. 6 and 7 is ruled out because the 6 can be in neither spot. So it can't be 6 and 7. What else multiplies to be 42? I don't know. Other weird stuff. You know what that means probably? Let me hold on. It's probably not 3u. Yeah. Right. See how I'm arriving at that conclusion? It's probably 6u, 1u, or regular u, right? And then the 6 times 7 to be 42, the 6 will go back here with the 1, and the 7 with the 6. That's probably it. Yeah, that is. Everybody see how I arrived at that pretty quickly? By just observing that when I had 2u, 3u, there was no way to put the 6 with anybody for the 6 times 7. So then I thought, oh, we'll make it 6u, 1u, or regular u, and then the 6 can be with the regular u. Do you see how I naturally arrived at that? And now, try the 2 inner, the 2 outer. This is 7u, this is 36u. Can they make the middle term of plus 29u. Can you read that? It's getting off the screen there. Can a 36, let's run out of room here. Can a 36 and a 7 make plus 29u? Yeah, plus 36 minus 7. Right, sign in the middle, sign on the bigger, huh? Plus in the middle, plus on the bigger. 36 is the bigger. Plus 36 minus 7 is plus 29. Everybody good there? So then the minus goes here, plus goes there, right? Minus, the sign always goes straight up. We're done. We got it. Does that make sense? We good? Questions on that one? All right, I'm going to move on. But then we run out of time at the end. All right. Let's try this one. A to the 4th plus m a squared minus q a to the 3rd minus q m a. Okay, first step. Is there a GCF? Yeah, that's the trick here. They all have an A, don't they? Every single one of them have an A. So you got to put the A in the front, one big old parenthesis, leaves A to the 3rd plus MA minus QA squared minus QM. Everybody with me on that?
QM.
Does that make sense? See how I took an A away from each of them? Now, that A that's in the front will be there to the bitter end. He'll be part of the final answer. Now you focus on the other 4 terms, and what do we do when we've got 4 terms? Right, you getting the hang of it? 2 terms is FL, 3 terms is FOIL, 4 terms is 2-2 split, right? 4 terms is 2-2 split. You getting the hang of the different number of terms, what we do? 2 terms is FL, 3 terms is FOIL, 4 terms is 2-2 split. So do the 2-2 split. Take out what's in common for the first 2, what's in common for the last 2. Okay, so what goes into the first 2? What do the first 2 here have in common? A. I'll just do it right here. A, and leaves A squared plus M. We good for the first 2 there? Everybody good with those 2? And then the back 2. Now, I'm doing a 2-2 split. 2-2 split, what does that mean when I get the first parenthesis in a 2-2 split? It's going to match, right? The second parenthesis is going to be A squared plus M also. They got to, right? When you're doing the 2, right? Everybody getting the hang of this, right? Right, we're doing 4 terms, 2-2 split. When you get the parentheses on the first two, the parentheses on the back two is the same. And then you just gotta figure out what goes in the front. What times a squared will go back to minus qa squared? Minus q. Right? And then what do you do from there? Remember? You remove the common part, a squared plus m, and bring down the leftovers. A minus q. This a minus q. Done. Did you track with all that? Everybody okay? Right, when you have these parentheses matched, you put it in the front, cross it off, bring down the leftover A, the leftover Q. And this other A went to the very front. No questions? Is that good? It's kind of tough. Okay, so what do we have here? 112 minus 12r minus 4r squared. Okay. What should we do with that one? We're going to definitely need to do GCF at some point. But do we need to reorder or not? That's really my question. Should we reorder or should we not?
Yeah.
What did you catch all those rules on reordering? So when three terms, we're talking about three terms. Okay, for two terms, what do we care about when it comes to order? For two terms, I know this isn't two terms, but I just want to be clear. For two terms, all you care about is minus in the middle. That's all we care about. Is there a minus in the middle? For three terms, what do we care about? Highest power down to lowest. Does that make sense? So for three terms, I want highest power to lowest. For two terms, I just want minus in the middle. So I do need to reorder, huh? I need to reorder. Because these are three terms, which means they need to be highest power in the front down to lowest. So grab that minus 4r squared and put it in the front. Remember, you take that sign with it when you move it, right? Everybody with me on that? When you move that minus 4r squared to the front, you take that minus sign that's on it. That's his baby. Right? You're not supposed to lose your baby, right? Keep that minus sign with it wherever it may go when you move it, right? We had our fifth child. By the time you have your fifth child, you feel like you got it figured out. That's not true, but you feel that way. We came home from the hospital with our fifth child. We always stop. We usually stop for lunch or something when we come home with a new child. Never thought we'd have 5 children. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, and that we go to lunch, my wife and I, a little face-to-face time before we go home to the wild mob of children, especially with the fifth. So we stop for lunch on the way home with the fifth baby in the van, stop at the restaurant, jump out of the van, start heading into the restaurant. My wife takes like 2 steps. She looks over at me and she goes, "So you think we should take Abby with us, or should we just like leave her in the van?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, Abby." So I almost forgot my baby. That's my point. So minus sign in the front, take it with you. That's the right. I see people all the time. They leave that hanging there. Well, that's his baby. He's taking that with him wherever he may go. Right. Move him to the front. All right. Now you look at that. So they're reordered. 3 terms. You got to reorder them highest power to lowest. GCF. Right. GCF. What's the GCF there? Yeah, -4, huh? Right. And what's that going to do when you have a negative in the front and you take one parenthesis? Right. GCF means one parenthesis step before you go on to the 2. What's it always mean when you have a GCF negative?
This means
all the signs will change. All the signs will change. Right? So all the signs will change. It'll be r squared plus 3r minus something I don't know. 112 divided by 4. 28? 28. We get to there. See all those, see the GCF. So we reordered, highest power to lowest. Took out the -4, GCF, all the signs changed. Good so far? Right, you can double check, right? -4 times r squared, -4 times 3, minus times minus. Okay. Last step, FOIL, 3 terms. FOIL. R and R. All right, last times last is 28. What's that going to be? 7 times 4. Can I just jump to it? Sign in the middle is plus. Sign in the middle goes in the bigger. Plus 7 minus 4, right? Is plus 3. Can I just not show the arcs this time? And we're done. That good? Plus 7 minus 4 is plus 3 in the middle. Good. No questions? Can I move on from that one? You okay with all that GCF stuff and the reordering? All right. dB squared plus dz squared. Try that one. That'd be a quick one. I want to make sure you know what's going on with that one. GCF? There is a D. B squared plus Z squared. Good so far? Take out the GCF, 1 parenthesis, whenever you do the GCF, right? Now, there's 2 terms, right? Which means FL. Can it go further? No. Done. Because it's plus. It's a plus FL. Plus FL doesn't go further, done. Good with that? That was just to take out the GCF, done. You see how I know? Because it's plus. Remember we learned plus FL, no more. If it was negative, I'd break it into 2. I'd break it in half and half. Right? If it was B squared minus Z squared, then I would leave the D in the front and do B plus Z, B minus Z. Everybody do the first power. Break them all in half. Right? But if it's plus, can't do it. Right? We all good with that? But you see the difference? Plus FL can't go further. Really important that you know that. Minus can do it, plus cannot. All the difference in the world. Okay. They're just trying to throw a weird one in there. So 2 pi HF plus 2 pi H squared. Who cares? Pi is just a Greek P, basically. Just look at these two. What's the first question in every factoring problem? GCF. What's in common to those? 2 pi and H. 2 pi and H. What does that leave inside? F and H. Done. And there's a pi symbol on the math palette when you go to enter the answer. Just use that symbol. You know, don't plug in 3.14 or anything like that. Just use the pi symbol. Good? It's just a GCF. That's all it is. How do you know this can't go further? Well, it's first power. There's first power. Forget it. Right? The last one, even if they were second power, it's plus. It's not going to go further, huh? Good? All right. These are all just review. Nothing new. There's nothing new in this section. It's just everything we've already learned mixed up. So a to the 5th plus 4a to the 4th p minus 32 a to the 3rd p squared. Okay, what's the first step in every factoring problem? GCF. Take out the GCF. All right, what's the GCF? A to the third, huh? Right, you look at the A's, you take the lowest one that's the greatest amount in common. What does that leave inside? A squared plus 4AP minus 32P squared, right? We good to there so far? Now you got 3 terms in there. Do the FOIL thing. So A times A is A squared. Good. For the front. Now what about the last? What times what is 32P squared?
4 and
Yeah. 4P, right? 8P. Do need P's at the back, right? 4P, 8P is 32P squared, right? Or you can put 8 here, 4 there. The order doesn't matter because they're both just with an A, huh? Now, how do we get the middle? The middle is plus. The sign in the middle goes on the figure. Plus 8 minus 4. There we go. Either or. You could have the plus 8P coming first, then the minus 4P. Same thing. Doesn't matter. Is that good? How we doing? Questions I can answer on that one? I'm going to leave this chapter as